And we're headed for Swans Bridge now on the Seacoast Road to the lower banks of the River Roe, which stretches right from the country park in Limavady through farmland round Benevena down to the estuary in Lough Foyle. Places that Helen Mark already knows well because she lives very close, but better still now, having spent a day with the Causeway Coast Kayak Association, who are out cleaning up the river they love so much, with Hamish Wilkinson leading the way.
I think today some of us will be staying down here to clean from here down for however far they want from Swans Bridge. The rest of us will be going up to O'Cahon's Rock and cleaning from there to the fish counter. It's really up to you where you want to go. O'Cahon's Rock will be a lot more sheltered. If you don't really want to be buffeted around by the wind or you're not too confident in the canoe, go to O'Cahon's. If you're happy enough to battle the wind, stay down here at Swans Bridge.
Willie, Martin, Troy and Mary and Jonathan, have you put your boats on my trailer?
I'm John Wilkinson. I'm actually the chairman of the CCKA, which is the Causeway Coast Kayak Association. We would canoe the row from at the top of the country park all the way to the river mouth here, and every year we can see that through the winter period particularly, the rubbish builds up and just needs to be done regularly to keep on top of it.
I'm quite happy if I'm just on the bank carrying bags.
You can walk the whole length of the bank to the fish counter, which means you can lift rubbish off the boats and leave them along the bankside as well. Yeah.
We're dividing up, and I'm going to go now to join the team that's going to get it in at O'Cahon's Rock and work that piece of river up to the fish counter. We've arrived at O'Cahon's Rock car park. Everyone's very busy unloading the canoes from the trailers. Aren't they lovely, these long Canadian canoes? There's a lovely sky blue one. So 2 people carry that down.
It's getting warmer, isn't it?
And who are you?
Susanna from Austria, and it's I think the 3rd time that I do the Roe Clean Up. I just like being out and clean up a bit, so I don't mind getting dirty.
There was a lot of rubbish in the first couple of years, weren't there? There was a lot of stuff drawn out of the river.
I can't remember how much, but we had, I think, a couple of trailers full of rubbish bags.
Gloves, take a couple of pairs because they will tear on you after a little bit. And the litter pickers, make sure you've got a couple of those in the boat. And a good range of rubbish bags because you'll fill them fairly quickly.
If you've not done this stretch before and you're a bit nervous about it, this is the whitest bit of the river. It flattens out dramatically from here. We all happy? Get rolling.
This looks to be the most dangerous part of the operation. Getting down off the steep bank to the river below. We're paddling out from under the trees. I've got Art Niven at the paddle. He's a fisheries biologist with the Lochs Agency.
The lovely sight now is that there's a colourful flotilla of canoes about to move down the row.
And everybody gets straight to work. Look, they're pulling into the sides and using their litter pickers and reaching out to grab pieces of plastic and rubbish.
The low-lying branches and trees that are down beside the river, there's a lot of plastic that's caught in these, and some of it could have been here for many years, or new stuff's deposited.
Sometimes it's high above our heads, and that's a reminder, actually, that this is a big flood river. There's sort of binder twine and black plastic right up there, Art. Look, how are you going to get that?
In previous years, I've seen the likes of Hamish stand with 1 foot on either side of his boat and reach up with a litter pick.
But there's a huge bit of black plastic here. Look, that's awful, right in the water. We have to get this one. I can get this one. I'll just pull it into the boat.
Perfect.
Wait a minute, there's more. Oh my goodness. I don't know if this comes from agriculture or industry or...
Pieces of plastic, things that aren't going to degrade. It's these things that persist in the environment for a long time and that are really unsightly, but more importantly, over the long term, the plastics, they are made from petrochemicals. They're not going to be doing much good to the wider environment. And these impacts can actually be seen not just in freshwater, but it could extend right out into Lough Foyle and on out into the North Atlantic as well. These small microparticles of plastic can persist and have been found in both freshwater and marine organisms.
Oh, I think that's a bicycle.
I think we have to get that.
Pedals, wheels, cogs, handlebars, brakes, it's all there. The inner tube, you're pulling that out of the water. Of course, it could have come from anywhere at this point in the river because we're quite far down the system, Art.
That's right, we're about a mile or two upstream from Limavady, which lies approximately 8-9 miles from Lough Foyle. And there's probably, on the main stem of the River Roe, another 15 to 19 miles upstream towards Dungiven and into the Glenshane Pass. It's got many and varied tributaries as well coming in from all arts and parts. So the Roe is a significant size of a catchment, but more importantly, it's a special area of conservation at a European level to conserve its populations of otter, Atlantic salmon and oak woodland.